This is Mike Lofberg. He is the athletic director for Summit Sports. So I just wanted to ask you if there are any updates about sports for Summit, spring sports, what's kind of the deal with that?
So right now, we just keep continuing to move forward as best as we can. Obviously, there's a lot of logistics that we have to go through. The biggest hurdle is having kids register and getting everybody their physicals and working within the county and the summit guidelines to make sure that everybody is safe to play.
Okay. And then how, if and when like the sports will be continued, how will the safety regulations be incorporated? Like what protocols will we be maintaining?
So if we're allowed to move forward, right now, the only sports that are going to need to be weekly tested is going to be any indoor sports. So for us, that would be basketball. Um, Outdoor sports, there is no testing requirement unless we move back into a more restrictive tier because of our uh, caseload per 100,000 residents within the county.
Okay. And then, so for this year, is there going to be any sports that will happen this year, or is it all going to be happening next year?
So right now, we are hopeful that there are a few sports that we can move forward with. However, we're under a very strict time commitment. So probably by the time this video goes out, that decision will have been made. But for next year, we as a league and the board of the league, we are moving forward with a full schedule as quote unquote normal that we can, where we are anticipating sports to start in the fall, in right after school starts or right even before school starts in mid to late August with our cross country program, volleyball, and then moving into our traditional winter sports with basketball, soccer, and then in the springtime, baseball and track and field. So we're hoping or we're planning, and all the schools in our league and all the schools within CCS are planning the same thing, because with the vaccinations going around and more people getting those, there's really positive signs that are encouraging for us to not hold back. And if we can just get through this spring, and I know it's going to be difficult to get through the next 2-3 months, possibly not having any sports or not knowing if we're going to at this point, to at least know that we will be moving full forward come August.
And is there any registration deadlines that have to be that are for this year or yeah.
So as of this recording, the registration deadline for some sports is going to be this coming Wednesday, the 17th. Um, I know this is going out after that, but there, those are hard deadlines just because of commitments to facilities, other schools, officials, and those are deadlines that were kind of imposed by us from these facilities that we use, that we rent out, and we have to commit to them because they need to know if we're going to actually be in there for their staffing purposes, for cleaning, for scheduling, and stuff like that. So uh, an email will go out tonight on this is the 15th of March, with a deadline of the 17th sometime in the morning, for registration for most sports, not all.
Okay. And then last question I knew a lot of people had was like, what is the registration process? Like, is there any websites that we should go on and
So registration, as it has been for the last 7 years at Summit, has been through athleticclearance.com. The key component there is we are one of 500 schools across California that use it. So once you select California as your state, you make sure you select your current school year. So this would be for right now, if you were registering, it would be for the 2020-21. But if you're registering for when we open registration for next year, it would be the 21-22 school year. And make sure you select Summit Prep CIF CCS. It's designated that way because there's another Summit school down in LA, and they're just listed as Summit. And if you register for them, or Summit Tahoma or Everest or Shasta, who also use this platform, we will not see your records. And if we don't see your records, it says if you didn't register. So it's why whenever we send out the registration information, and I send it multiple times for each season of sport, it goes out to the parents in the weekly newsletter. It really stresses that how to register. The biggest part of registration, obviously, is correct contact information. And then even bigger than that is the sports physical. So whether you're planning on playing now or in the fall or basketball next year, the good thing is if you get your physical now, it's good for 365 days. So get it in as soon as possible.
Okay. So that's all I have. Is there anything else that you would like students to know?
We just keep hoping that we can get back out there and play this year. We understand that there's a very good possibility that that might not happen, but no matter what we do, we just know that we're going to move forward at least for the 21-22 school year with a full slate of games, which I've already started scheduling. So we have basketball, volleyball games already scheduled out. So we're looking forward to great things for next school year already. I just hope that we can get something done this year.
Okay. Thank you for meeting with me.
No problem. Thank you.